Hi, you guys. I'm doing a reading today with the Virgo energy in mind. This grounded energy that's all about growth and care, self-care, care for the others. It's a wonderful sign. It's to do with 3D, how we show up in the world, what we do for each other in tangible terms, nurture each other's growth, as it unfolds in time. And that kind of dovetailed with, when I'm done with this reading, I'm going to go and read for a 95-year-old woman whose birthday is this week. And she doesn't know much about tarot. She said, that she'd be happy to play the game. I mean, I think she thought it was like bridge or something. I don't know. So I tried to tell her this morning, she decided she wanted it now, that it probably wasn't a game in the way she thought about it. And it might be better just to talk. She's going home, she's leaving, she's a summer person, so she's on her way back home in a matter of a couple of days. And just wanted to touch base with me. We've been friends for years. And one of the earliest encounters I had with her that was outside of the realm of just kind of, people who come to this town in the summer and cocktail parties and so forth. I think that was a whiff of smoke that just went by. She actually, when my daughter was born and was maybe 2 months old, arrived at my house and said, "I'm here to meet your daughter. Let's visit, let's gossip, let's have some gossip, let's get together." And I said, absolutely, because I was by myself here in the, I guess it was the early, no, it must have been, the early spring, late spring, early summer. Anyways, she showed up, and she was the first sort of elder visitor who was interested in my kid and me. And so my granddaughter is also a Virgo, has her birthday in a couple of days. So I think it's appropriate that I kind of read with that in mind, the lifespan, the time we're here, at least in this incarnation, a year old to 95. And at an event to celebrate this 95-year-old's birthday, people were supposed to put into the hat one adjective or one word that describes this lovely woman. And they were great words. And there were a lot of repeats, but 50 or 60 words in the hat. I think it's a nice tradition. And my word was effervescence, but I didn't know how to spell it. So I just told her that was my word. And I'm a bad speller. And she said, "You're an English major." And I said, "That has nothing to do with whether or not I can spell." I schooled her. Anyways, let's go ahead and throw the cards. For the baby and the elder and everybody in between on our 3D journey, and the underlying archetypal forces behind that span. Okay. I shuffled a lot before, so this is a quick shuffle, apparently. First card out, 7 of Swords. That's not what I was expecting, but this is, in traditional Rider-Waite, it's a card of deception. It can be self-deception. I don't think that's what it is here. I think it's the mind not knowing how to breach this gap between the individual and this sort of spirit animal. it's reflected in the water. Water is feelings, cups, energy, love, connection, and so forth. And in the reflection is a young deer. It almost looks like a lamb, but it's got to be a deer. And here's the buck, the full-blown power animal with the moon in the antlers. The antlers are often considered moon energy because of the shape. This is definitely representing moon mystery, the unconscious. And this to me is the analytical mind, the sword energy that relies on speech and linear thought. And there's this sort of block, sword block. Talk about lifespan from the fawn to the stag, the white stag at that, the mystical creature that you can hunt but never kill. Never kill. This kind of lifespan, yeah, but it's an illusion. It's kind of a self-deception that the brain says, there's only this. Something cuts me off from my mystical self, but that's a self-deception. Lifespan. And the two swords standing, and the one partly submerged. The Two of Swords is a decision based on Ace of Swords, incomplete information, because it's half in the water. Somebody here simply doesn't know enough sword energy to understand sword energy. That they're connected. We had this message yesterday, connected to this mythical. Nothing severs that tie. You might not be able to think your way across this kind of breach. But that doesn't mean it's true. You're both. It might be an air sign. You might be an air sign. You might be dealing with an air sign. But it could well be a water sign because there's this water here. Water influence. The water and the moon. Moon being a Cancer energy. But it's also Virgo full moon is in a few days. What we release. And I think what we release is the mindset that says we're cut off from our spirit power. We only think we're cut off. Four of Pentacles. If we think we're cut off, we hold back. We hold on to our personal resources. Four of Pentacles. It's a card of, feeling in a certain way cut off from the living thing. In 3D, there's this separation. And this time it appears to be wood. But it's like a frame. I think we need to reframe it. I mean, that's sort of a goofy, but a lot of the time, to have this thing really become animated and alive in 3D, we have to let go of the idea that we're separate from our, the power. It's sort of like our soul power. from our own souls. That's a self-deception. And it might cause us to hold back and to hold on to whatever's apparent in 3D, because we don't trust this. You know, we don't believe in sword energy, this, that we're connected to the, I almost had a good word for it and it slipped out of my mind. Out of my mind. How do we speak about our connection? That ephemeral, ethereal realm. Ace of Pentacles. Well, here's the potential for it. Right there, the new beginning, the seed, the thing we can grow in 3D, a new, grounded beginning. Ground it. You know, like, if something isn't grounded, throat chakra just absolutely closed up. Like a electrical device, if it isn't grounded, when there's a lightning strike, can just blow it up. Which might even be a good thing. That tower energy, because it allows for the new beginning. Something like that. Okay, just lay them out. Here we go on 7 of Swords, Princess of Pentacles. Ground it. Talk about grounding it. This is somebody emerging, you know, from the woods, from the sort of place of mystery. See how similar? Somebody coming back from that archetypal space with a solid, with something solid and tangible that marks a new beginning. Where the crown chakra is, where the messages come through from spirit, that's where the you know, the biggest pentacle, the personal pentacle. This person comes forward with the gift of, this is how we make it real. Oh my God! King of Pentacles. We had this card yesterday. This is the real you. In Earth energy, which is the energy of Virgo. You know, what we just moved into. Just are moving into. This swan is sort of on the move toward a new beginning. A tangible something that you have. You have it as a seed, and I think some force is bringing it forward to you. Somebody recognizes your worth. And the animals again. I didn't see it, but the swan again. Here's the swan. Here's the swan. Here it is sort of framed and fixed. As if this is a portal. You can go through the frame. You know, into the tangible, real place. Out of the mystical into 3D. That doesn't mean losing the mystical. Because you have it inside. In your heart space. You are so abundant. You embody, literally embody, in Pentacles energy in your body, incarnate. Okay. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. Somebody's transformed this sword energy person, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, from disbelief to belief. Queen of Swords knows herself, and knows what's not true, can discern the self-deception. And I think whatever's happening, this sword energy is getting grounded. Sword energy is like unto lightning. Knowledge, epiphany, that can strike in a sort of tower-like way. But this sword energy is getting grounded. And it might be you, how you show up in 3D, and how you discern what's real, what's true. But I think it's an earth sign, which I think is you. I keep saying that you're the earth sign. And you might be dealing with an air sign. Four of Swords, somebody who's healing. Somebody who's like gone to ground. Often Four of Swords signifies a removal and a quiet time. To sort of get this owl. What have we got here? No, it's 3 bears. There's a hibernation time. It's a healing time. It's a not talking time. Because I think the 7 of Swords energy is in the process of really healing itself. And who's the energy that could do that? Queen of Swords. She has no problem setting boundaries if she needs to heal, to take that respite time, to kind of get their head straight, to fully come out of the deception, the self-deception that I'm cut off from my spirit life, the deception that I can't bring it through in some tangible way. Well, that kind of stinking thinking has been, somebody's ascended to a kind of full spectrum knowledge of what's real. And it took a little time, healing time. 9 of Cups. This is self-fulfillment. 9 speak to the self. Sometimes it can indicate overindulgence that somebody might be healing from. But I don't think so. I think this is, healing the ability to believe, sword energy, that you deserve happiness. That you deserve peace. Access to a source energy that's not some brain thing that tells you your lifespan ends and this place is sort of inaccessible. But you're being faced with the knowledge that there is a span. You don't just go from here to there, get snuffed out. It's the end, then some. Till death us do part, and then some. It folds into, even though we have no major arcana here, it folds into that spiritual life. And it's okay to be happy. I think this sword air sign person had to heal that. Because something in the way they thought they weren't kind of allowed to be happy. Judgment can indicate a decision, but it's also how to rise up, how to, when this lifespan, because we do seem to be talking a bit about that, lifespan. This is being called back. Back to life. In that major, remember I said there are no major arcana? Well, here it is. It's the second to the last card in the major arcana. It's a very long way on that archetypal journey of becoming whole. There's new life. New life, new growth. The whole lifespan is about coming to this moment of being called, hearing a call. And there's this eagle above, the Aquarian energy of air, of clarity, of something new, of progress, of growth. And they're saying one more, flip it, okay. Princess of Cups. I think it does. So now we have Page of Princess, Page of Pentacles, and Page of Cups. An offering that has to do with cup energy, feelings energy, that heart space. It's a love offer. And it's real, and it comes right out of the mystery to you. I mean, it may be a Page of Cups, but look at the size of it. And again, this sort of dove image. Self-love. First, self-love, and then the ability to offer it. How can you give what you don't have? Put together 10 of Cups. The flow. The happiness. Almost there. You're almost there. They're saying one more on what we need to do to get over this last sword energy obstruction. And I can barely fit it back in. Justice. Another air energy of balance in relationship. Something equal and fair, equilibrium in belief system. And it has a tinge of system because there is sort of the agreed upon common law idea of what's fair. On Seven of Swords, a major arcana, a correction, bringing something into balance. And again, these two images. The mythic and the way we think about ourselves being connected. And there's that 10 of Cups. And we can wrap it up here because this is the completion of the cycle that I just talked about. There it is. And again, in the frame. No longer holding back, no longer cut off from, no longer stuck. And the way out is feelings, is connection, is love. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. In relationship, justice. That second chance, judgment. Getting real. Let's get real. In Virgo season, it's a good time to do this. You know, it's about a completion of a cycle. We're wrapping up summer, moving into the time when also things can go dormant. You know, plants go dormant, people go dormant in a certain way, but it's to heal. It's in the service of growth. And growth is all over this read. Pentacles energy. Get on board. Let's get on board. Okay, love you guys. See you next time.